Hello, welcome to the Collector RC. Well, today's gonna be something a little bit different. I decided I wanted to adventure into Class 1 competitions, which I'm gonna use the 10.3 to dabble into that because some of the things I've done to it, and it's closer to what the Class 1 specifications are, or specs. And so right now I'm actually working on some scale things. One of the things I love doing that obviously you guys don't know because all you've seen is RC related stuff is that I'm a big fan of doing hobbies. I have many hobbies, and a lot of it has to do with crafts and that kind of stuff. So far I've made a handmade wooden crate. I wanted to keep it old school, as if they, from back in the day. So I wanted to. That's why you see it's uneven pieces. It's made out of popsicle sticks and then dipped in. Went ahead and dipped it into the mini wax or min wax wood finish. And this one was dark walnut. I also have a really cool gray type of a stain that I'll do with another one, so to make kind of old school as well. And then, pretty simple, I made a stack of firewood. You can see here, hopefully the focus is okay for you guys. This is really simple. You just go out in your yard and you find a small stick or branch. And I'm kind of picky. I look for a specific kind. It's actually from a rhododendron. And I went ahead and chopped pieces. I used a razor blade, of course, because I don't have a miniature axe. But to make it look like it was chopped, and then just glued. So what it is, it's permanent, it's pretty sturdy. And then, well, you can't fire without having kindling, right? So these are actually just a bunch of small random cut, well, they were purposely cut in size, but because I'm picky like that, but you could just do random. And again, with the razor blade, these are popsicle sticks and glued together to make a bundle of kindling. Excuse me. So right now you can see here is I have a wooden ladder that I'm making. The ladder is because when you get onto the Jeep, or on the Jeep, well, even with the figure, let's say we'll go with the Mad Max here, which I don't actually use in my RC stuff at the moment, but he will become a driver at some point. Anyway, so respectively, to size, he's perfect size for the 1/10 scale. See, Mr. Meeseeks is a 1/5 scale, so I would assume he is probably more of a 1/6, 1/7, 1/8 size comparison, because Mr. Meeseeks is only 5 inches tall. So anyway, but respectively, he can't, reach the Jeep. When you stand next to the RC car, the Jeep is sitting way high. And I know you can't see that now, and but I'll show a picture. I'll probably pop it in right now. And the size comparison, but you can see that he is needs a way to get up there, right? So that's what the ladder's for. And so basically the ladder will sit on the back end of the Jeep, and then he'll be able to climb up and grab his stuff, in the imaginary world. And I gotta finish the details on this, still sand the top. I'm going to spray paint it black to make it look as if it was metal. And then it will be permanently attached to the roof rack of my 10.3, which I'll show later. But I'm going to make a few more things here, and I'm going to kind of show you some of the things I'm making and how I do it. And then, yeah, it's pretty simple. I also have a 3D pen, so later I'll be making some cool things with the 3D pen that I can't make with the wood. So, yeah. And I'll be back soon. All right, so went ahead and attached the little bars that will hang on to the roof rack to make it stable, and checked it. Seems to be fitting. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the spray painting part. I didn't show too much of this because I'm going to more show the next couple things I'll be making, including one of them. The other, we make another one of these using, let me show you here. Let's see. and use classic gray. So that'll give it that old, kind of old painted or old look, kind of like with the dark wood there. I have many stains, but I think those are the two that will be the best. And then we may even do try to make an old school milk carton. We can either do the old metal wire racking milk container, which I don't think I'm going to do that because the Jeep's more modern, and why would you have that? But I may do like a black milk carton, like the plastic ones that you see every day now, using the 3D pen, and yeah, maybe even some hot dog roaster pokers with the 3D pen as well. So I'm pretty much doing a kind of a camping theme. Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and paint this, and then I'll bring it back, and then we'll show it on the Jeep once it's all dry and see how that works with a couple things on it. Then we'll start on the other designs. All right, so we painted it. You can see here. Let me scoot it back a little bit so we can focus. Kind of tried to make it look a little metal-ish, the best I can out of wood, you know. But you know, I'll pop in a picture real quick here of it on the N3, and you can see I ended up putting it on the back. So what I did is I ended up having to, I think I coated it 3 coats of gloss, Rust-Oleum, or no, it's Ace brand. You're welcome, Ace. Spray paint, and then end up doing 1 coat of a protective type of lacquer. It's really just more to protect the clear coat, so keep it shiny. All right, so as you can see here, I have the pieces cut already for making another one of these wooden crates. I also went, I don't know if you can see it, I guess you can see it on there. It's really hard to see on there, but no, I guess you can't see that. Anyway, so to make it look like fake nails, so an old school type nails too, so they're kind of sloppy. So what we're gonna do here, I went ahead and cut up the pieces that I need. We got these are measured, let's see, I think these are measured at 2 inches. These are measured at 1.25 inches. And then I went ahead and pre-sanded all these except for this one. All you're gonna do is you're gonna sand the use a pen here. You're gonna sand the edges here, and I'll do it real quick. This one, you kind of want to. I'm just doing the best I can to make it look like it's authentic cut, sanded, put together type wood. So all I do is I sit here and remove that, get in my way. Yeah, so I kind of just sand each end real quick. Nothing too, you can be kind of sloppy with it, around the edges a little bit. And I do that real quick because I don't want to lose any, you know, too much. I want to make them look, they can't be perfect. You don't want perfection in this one, just because you the goal is to make them look a little older, a little more authentic. Okay. Sand the edges down so I don't have any pencil marks. All right, so the next step, and this is why these videos are not set for kids, is because the next step is going to require to use, you know, a razor blade. You can use other techniques too. This is just what I do. And basically I put it on a tilt here, and I kind of go as close as I can to the middle. You are going to have a couple that will not split right, and that's okay. You can always make another one. And just kind of push down slowly until I get a split, and then I'll hold. This one won't be that perfect, but that's okay, because I'll do is I'll end up shaving some of that off and I can still use it. See? Just like that. You can have a awkward piece. And I do sand each end, just real quick, brushing this way, and I usually go a little bit longer. Watch your fingertips. or if you have fingernails, watch your fingernails, just to kind of get rid of the, I don't do the edging, I don't redo this edging either, because the goal is to make it look like it was split. So that piece is done. And yes, you can use this tiny little piece, because obviously, you know, some of these boxes weren't perfect back in the day and they got old, especially if you have one during a more modern vehicle. It would be definitely way older, right? So you would have worn down, broken pieces. As long as you keep repainting it, they'll survive. That was always the old school philosophy, right? All right, so do the next one. What I'll do is I'm gonna do this one here, and then I'll go ahead and we'll skip through all these and get those done. Obviously, I'm not gonna cut these here. I am gonna end up putting a notch, and I'll do that after I cut the rest of these here. And basically, you just need 2 for each side, and then 2 for obviously the bottom as well. So I'll do this one real quick, and then we'll skip forward to the next one. Hopefully this one will be a little bit more even. Not really. Got some awkward pieces in this one, which is good. And after I cut all these pieces up, I go through and I mix them. I just mix them all up, because I don't want any pieces, you know, being close to the same. I want to be as different as possible, so I don't use the same, you know, 2. I'll mix this one up, like I'll get rid of this and then using that, and then maybe another small one somewhere here, that kind of thing. So make it look a little bit more authentic. It's a really small piece. There we go. I'll do this guy real quick. Alright. So yeah, I'll mix all these pieces up, so it doesn't matter how they sit there. But yeah, I'll go ahead and cut these real quick, and then I'm actually going to interrupt where we're at, and it's going to end up having to be a 2-parter. It ended turn out to be a pretty long video, and based on our analytics, it looks like a lot of people typically stay within 4 to 5 minutes maybe. So we're just going to end it there, and we'll go into the next part. You know, let us know if you have any other ideas of things I could possibly do or make. If you want to see that kind of stuff made, I'm pretty much willing to do most stuff. Not everything, but most stuff, as long as I have the stuff to do it. And I have a lot of stuff. So as you can see here, there's a couple more things we're working on, which will be in a video after all this other stuff. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy what you're seeing so far. Let us know by hitting that like button, and if you want to continue to keep seeing what we're doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Yeah, so I hope everybody's staying pretty safe. I know we here on the West Coast have been dealing with a lot of fires, and you know, our thoughts are with everybody dealing with that, and then the men and women that are fighting those fires as well. And then yeah, so I hope everybody's enjoying their RC lives. All right, guys, stay tuned for the next one, and we'll finish up with the crate, and you'll get to see it, and we'll probably talk or maybe do a couple things. These will probably be finished, so maybe I'll just throw them in real quick. But yeah, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.